Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm finally coming to you guys with my Tichondrius commentary guide here. There's been multiple problems last week. I was supposed to get the guide out, but something came up and I had to exit the raid for like 10 minutes and they killed at that pull, so that was unfortunate, but I'm finally here for you guys, and I am coming to you guys with my lightning rod spec on this. Yes, I do play something other than Ascendance. It happens, okay? So, on this fight, I would recommend lightning rod. It is a little RNG dependent, but it is totally fine to use. You will get a good chunk of damage out of it, assuming your RNG isn't, dog shit. So, first things first, my spec is Totem Mastery with Liquid Magma Totem and Lightning Rod. So let's go ahead and get started here. So first things first, we're just starting with normal opener, getting everything going, starting things off, and what I'm really wanting to make sure is that when the first ads come out, that I have Lightning Rod up on the boss, preferably a fresh one. So always watching my timers, I'm looking right down below my character, Feast of Blood. I always try to spam Lightning Bolt as much as possible before that gets there. So I go ahead and precast Stormkeeper right as the ads are coming out, and then I start chain lightning them, and I drop my Liquid Magma Totem on the ads once they're dragged out. There are strats that keep ads in on the boss, like until the pillars spawn. We don't do that. So as you saw, I did not get Lightning Rod on the boss at all for that first ad set, which is really unfortunate. Distinctly remember bitching about it, and I think I also didn't even have it for this one either. So as you notice, I was pre-casting Chain Lightning right as the ads were coming out, so that the cast will go off right as the ads come out. And also notice that I'm always switching targets on those bloods between every cast to make sure that I'm trying to get Lightning Rod up on as many of them as possible. So again, just standing behind the pillar here, I notice that there is another Feast of Blood coming up in just about 5 seconds here, so I'm just about to start spamming Chain Lightning. Get them going. Again, no Lightning Rod. Make use of my Stormkeeper and my Liquid Magma Totem again. Use them on the first ad set, and the third ad set will have them up for the bat phase, which will be very important later on. So my Lightning Rod uptime has been horrible so far, but I have had some pretty poor RNG. I still don't have it on the boss, and I finally get one. And if you heard that, that's the actual VOD sound of me. Oh my god, I got one. So again, make sure to always be swapping targets whenever you're AoEing the bloods down. And I choose not to use Earthquake there because on 3 targets and with Lightning Rod up on multiple targets, I feel that it's better to keep spamming Chain Lightning. A lot of times the ads won't live long enough. Now the bat phase kind of sucks for Elemental Shamans in my opinion. You just kind of have to spam Chain Lightning and hope that they don't spawn in horrible positions and they stay relatively grouped up. So like 5 seconds into the phase, I go ahead and use Stormkeeper and drop Liquid Magma Totem in the middle. And then I get my instant cast Lightning Bolts off. I will drop some Earthquakes in this phase, but you can also use Earth Shock if you really need to burst down one head. So now, we got out of the bat phase, everything's good, everyone's alive. And now again, I'm just preparing for the next Feast of Blood coming up. All this fight really is, if you're looking to do as much damage as you can, is trying to keep Lightning Rod on the boss. And I just got a nice refresh there. And then dumpstering the ads with Chain Lightning. So I'm also always looking at the boss to see what my Lightning Rod timer is still at. Because I want to make sure, on some occasions I will drop those Earthquakes or other things if I notice that Lightning Rod is not on the boss anymore, as if it's worn off. So here I get it on the boss again. And I just start AoEing the ads. And I dropped an Earthquake on top of the pillar, because I'm a pro player. If you can slightly hear me in the background, I'm like, yeah, I hope we kill it so I can comment on the video, and of course I did. So I get the Plague here, so I want to make sure that I'm lined up on the blue to red marker as I get more lightning rods up on the boss. As you may have noticed, I did save my previous Stormkeeper and everything for this ad set because I know there's going to be 5 ads. So I get 5 Chain Lightning casts with Lightning Rod up on the boss and Stormkeeper on all, or I get 3 Chain Lightning casts with the 5 ads there. So it gives a really nice chunk of damage. So now there's more ads coming up right now. Try to get another Lightning Rod on the boss, and I get it. Very happy about that. Now continuing to AoE, and I'm not dropping Earthquake because I had Lightning Rod on the boss and one in the ad that I felt like it was enough damage with Lightning Rod to override how much damage the Earthquake could be doing, as well as keeping in mind that the damage done to the boss overall is very important. Using Earthquake on the ads when there's multiple Lightning Rods up will not really benefit your boss damage at all, which is something that this build definitely lacks. And the key to doing good boss damage on Tichondrius using this build, while still being productive and destroying the ads, is keeping Lightning Rod up on the boss as much as possible. That is the biggest thing on this. Now you'll see pretty shortly, again, I draw my Liquid Magma Totem and my Stormkeeper. I get my orb, and I make sure that the bats just get destroyed. So here we go ahead and lust. Now all we're doing here is I'm hoping for more. There's a Lightning Rod, that's what I was hoping for. And I start precasting Chain Lightning, knowing that the ads are going to be up. There isn't much other good things to cast here. My guild takes out the first ad set when all the ads are up, and we burn them down. So here I had multiple Lightning Rods up, and I just destroyed the ads real fast to get back on the boss. Now, the important thing to note here is that the rest of the ads are going to remain on top of the boss for the rest of the fight. So what you want to do is only spam Chain Lightning on Tichondrius to try to keep Lightning Rod uptime as high as possible, which I didn't have it for multiple casts there, which was annoying, but now that I have it on Tichondrius, all I'm doing is sitting there and casting on him. And now I'm just out of range, so I had a Lightning Rod up on the boss, there's ads on him, but the pillar spawned out of range, which is really unfortunate. Now it is important to note that although the Bloods will not be killed, all the Chain Lightning and Cleave damage will be transferred to the boss, assuming you have Lightning Rod active on him. So now I'm literally only just spamming Chain Lightning on the boss, doing nothing else. That's all this last phase is. This is what keeps Elemental Shamans very good in this fight. However, to get the very highest parses, which are not required by the way, parses is just a number, you want to kill the boss. My guild does not do the strategy in the first and second phase, where you hold the ads on the boss, and then only take them out every pillar spawn. Just do as much boss damage as you can in this last phase by spamming Chain Lightning and hoping for the best Lightning Rod procs. And we did end up killing the boss there. So again, just to reiterate, the big things you want to look for on this fight are to keep Lightning Rod up on the boss as much as possible, and then making sure that you have your Stormkeeper and your Liquid Magma Totem ready to go for the bat phases to make sure you can do as much bat damage as possible. Because without the instant cast from the Stormkeeper and without the just passive AoE damage from the dropping the totem, your casts are barely going to get off, and there might not be all the bats in range, they might be a little separated. It's pretty bad for us as a whole unless you have those couple cooldowns up. So, again, I used the Lightning Rod spec on this boss with Liquid Magma Totem and Totem Mastery. Just keep in mind that all you want to do this whole fight is pretty much spam Chain Lightning. It's a pretty boring fight, but it's a pretty good fight for Elemental Shaman. So, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for waiting like 3 weeks for this video. Could never get some good footage, so finally got it, finally giving this to you guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a couple days for 7-2. I'm so excited. Thanks a lot for watching.